Hi, and welcome to the Demystifying Mental Toughness podcast for athletes, coaches, and professionals who want to achieve their goals faster. I'm David Charlton, and I'll be sharing proven methods from leading athletes, coaches, and experts that will help you get the most from your talent. Today's show is sponsored by Functional Intelligent Training, who are a sports injury clinic located in Gosforth near Newcastle upon Tyne and specialise in athlete development, nurturing future champions, strength and conditioning support and excellent rehabilitation services. Today's guest is Paul Smith, who, believe it or not, has ran his 5,007th run today on the trot. So 5,007 days he's completed runs, and we're going to venture into his mindset around this crazy pursuit and enjoy the next 30 minutes or so. So I'm interested, Paul, how did the run streak start and why?
Question. No one's asked us that. I'm going to, not blame, but I'm drinking out of his cup here. Ron Hill. There he is there in the cup. I don't know if you can see it. And there I am running next to him. The great Ron Hill, 3 times Olympian. He is the king of run streak. He ran for 52 years. Can you believe that? 52 years without missing a day. Some days he was training twice a day at his peak when he was going to the Olympics. People may know him from his athletic apparel, Ron Hill tracksuits, Ron Hill vests and whatever. And he's actually a doctor. He doctor of textiles. He got his doctorate in that, and he was ahead of his time, to be honest. He was the one who was sort of looking at wicking properties on his vest and whatever. And he's just hero of mine. I read his autobiography. He's that good. He's got part 1 and part 2 of his autobiography. So he had to fill 2 books. He's that good. And his long-suffering wife, May, you just feel for her sometimes. And I've met Ron quite a number of times. First time was 1998, Ron Hill Richmond 10K. And great to see him. He's just a little guy, just down to earth from Hyde, Lancashire. And I tried a run streak not long after that, and I didn't even get up to a year for someone. I can't remember why. I just knocked it on the head. But back in 2007, I thought, I'm going to give it a go. 1st of January. A lot of people have New Year's resolutions, and I'm going to be doing it in January. I'll do the fizzle out, but I didn't fizzle out. I kept it going, and I got the year up, and I thought, Ron's me idol, hero. I go down and see him every birthday. 5K has down at just off the M62 there. Then back in a day, and I'd meet him up and we have a pint. And sadly, his streak came to an end a couple of years ago, and he, God bless him, he's suffering ill health now, which is a shame to hear. So yeah, I just kept it going, and I've got ways of keeping it going. I say it took 5,007 days today, so New Year's Eve will be 14 years. Can you believe that? 14 years of putting my running shoes on and getting out there and running every day.
It's amazing.
I have my own rules as well. It's got to be outdoors. Treadmills. Treadmills are like tomatoes. It's the devil's work. I don't do tomatoes, and I don't do treadmills. So they're all outdoors.
Yeah,
got to be in
as well, and I don't know. I find it so much more enjoyable, like doing it outdoors.
Yeah, well, the times I have been on a treadmill, I can give it some hammer, but I just find it easier as well. I just find it easy, but your head closed. You don't get the natural terrain. You don't get that northeast breeze in your face when you're running out. And when you run back, it's still in your face. How does that work? It's never on your back. Never seems to be on your back. I've got to be in running gear, apart from once when I think we were at Hampton Court and we had like a family out, and then we had to catch trains and we had to go out on the night. And I said, I haven't done my run. So I was just in like jeans and normal sort of, I need that sort of fashion trainers and a t-shirt. And now I am running around this lake and up and down, just normal gear, and got 5K in. Hurry up, we're going to miss the train. I was all right. I had the day in the bank. I said, I will be all right. We'll get the train. So, yeah, that's what the wife's got to put up with, sort of things like that.
Brilliant. Yeah, sorry, what are your classes a run? What's the shortest distance?
Yeah, I was just going to come to that. Minimum is 5K, 3.1 mile.
Right.
But to be honest, they are few and far between. I've run some hellish distances in that run streak, like in one day.
Yeah.
And I've gone out the next day, maybe he's done, well, if I've been struggling to walk, I've hobbled around for the 5K. I've used that. But yeah, I've run some, few and far between. Sometimes when you're out, you think, I'll push it, I'll get 4 mile in. I'll get 5 mile in, yeah. Next thing, you've got 10K under your belt. In 10 mile, you come back and the dinner's in the dog.
See, you're not someone who, before you go out, plots exactly where you're going. You'll just go off a tangent sometimes.
Sometimes, if you're feeling good, or if I'm training for a marathon, it's time on your feet. I will add on, and maybe it's just like, I'll go down this street, I'll run along that street and that street. It's amazing how you can just add on, like put add-ons on and get your mileage up. But more often than not, just to be fair to the family, I'll give Sue an idea of where I'm going and how long I'll be.
Yeah.
Just in case something crazy happened, just in case I fell down and was lying in a ditch or something like that. But I would still make sure I finished me run. I would stop my Garmin, of course, if that did happen.
Have you had any injuries along the way then? Have you been injury-free for 14 years?
But touch wood, nothing major. I've had, went over my ankle and it's cold like a pudding and it's been black and blue and all colours.
So hopping along.
So I got to give you 2 legs, you see. You can put your weight on that one and keep the weight off that one. And I've taken it easy when I've had something like that. I've maybe stayed on the flat, maybe it's on the grass or beach on the sun, sort of damp sand or something, and got me 5K in, and then ice it, painkillers, biofreeze. I'm a big believer in biofreeze. So yeah, the nearest I've probably come to, where it was maybe in doubt and jeopardy was, it doesn't sound nice, it was a colonoscopy.
Right, okay.
Yeah, they're not pleasant. And luckily there was nothing untoward that was found really. Well, I say that I was diagnosed with diverticulitis, which is sort of like a lower bowel problem, which it can be helped by diet and what have you. And when I do get attacks of that, that's hard because every step you just feel it on your lower stomach, on your intestine, and they can be painful. But either side of the exploratory test, of course, you have to take this movie prep, which sort of cleans the system. So I didn't, on that day, I sort of kept it near home. I was just doing 1 mile laps and I had like bits of toilet paper sort of plotted around them, just in case. And I was passing the house every time, but luckily I was all right. And then, of course, after the procedure, you can imagine, I was a bit delicate the next day, but I still got out. And teeth extractions as well. I haven't been blessed with the best set of gnashers in the world, and I'm prone to having like an extraction now and then, and I just hate the dentist so much, so I've got to be sedated as well.
Right,
So
okay.
the treat is like a 5-year-old, but some people don't like heights, some people don't like the dentist, and I'm one of them. So and that sedation's still in your system, and you're still a bit like groggy the next day. And I've gone out, and especially if it's in the cold, if it's like during the winter, and it's I'm not too bad. It stop bleeding, and when your heart starts pumping, of course, so does the wound. But these are just nothing major, but just things that do test us a little bit when I'm trying to keep the run streak going. And then when you do it, you think, get in, done it. It's still there's another day ticked off.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if you look at lots of people, the weather, that'll stop them from going out. You've talked about injuries and obviously the colonoscopy there. a little bit of pain, they'll shy away from it. So yeah, pat on the back to you there for keeping that going.
Again, with sort of I'm not keen to go to doctors anyway. I don't think males in particular are like that as well. They're sort of like in denial if anything happens. But there was one Friday evening, I was out for a run just after work, and I'd been to the loo, went out, and I just had again, I'll try and be delicate about this. It was just a bit of a feeling like down below. And I thought, I want the loo again. I'm thinking, but I've just been. So I still got me minimum in, and I just got back to, it was when the Italy Head Sports Centre was still open up at police headquarters. And I got back and I went, rushed to the loo. And it was just pure red blood. It was just, I was just peeing blood. And that gave us a fright, that gave us a shock. And immediately I was straight on to the doctor, and I got an appointment there. And a lovely, charming female doctor, all right. And she mentioned the C word, of course. That makes the hairs stand up on the back of your neck. And oh Christ, we'll get you booked in straight in for an exploratory. So that's even worse than a colonoscopy, as you can expect. Yikes, horrible. So the consultant, the consultant beforehand, how are you? So I'm not too bad. It just happened that once, and he says, it happens a lot with runners. This, he says, I think maybe you've just like nipped the bladder or something like that. Has been he said, and that's probably happened. And I thought, I'm getting off for the day. I'm not going to have the procedure. And then he proceeded, put his gloves and says, but we best still have a look. Oh God! So people saying, it'd be microscopic camera. There's nothing to worry about when you go in. And the nurse is, it's like a bloody fishing rod. Christ, that's not going up. Anyway, again, nothing untoward. But the next day, you're just tender after something like that. When you would be.
I'm right.
You've just got to get the trainers on and bite the bullet and get out there. So a week in Stag Week in Belmadine, that was a difficult time in the run streak as well. Whilst the lads were all sleeping it off, I'm getting up, oh God, and on with the gear, and the veins on my head were just throbbing up here. The instant sweat was coming out with the head on. It was just pure alcohol coming out around the marina. Oh, thank God for that. Just
have a lie down later.
Quick shower, dip in the pool, back to bed. That was it. It was done, and then you're back on the drink again. So they're probably the hardest, most taxing and trying and testing times in the 14 year.
So what are you saying to yourself on those occasions? Is it out of guilt that you're going out there, or what is it you're saying?
Well, it's what I do. Can you imagine what I would do up there? Say, heaven forbid, if I didn't go out tomorrow. If I just said I'm not going out tomorrow and didn't go out, or if I was, I'm starting back. I'll be back on zero. I'll be back on day one. What would that do up there? It would cause serious. It would cause serious effects. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
So, maybe I have created a monster, but again, that monster keeps me going, keeps other people going. Believe me, that does keep other people going. People do say, "Well, you're an inspiration," and you're so motivating. And I play it down. I play it down and say, "Well, it's only running." Well, why do you do it? Well, some people knit every day. I've seen grannies who knit jumpers every day. That's what they do. What I do, I run every day. So it does inspire people. I also have a fundraising side as well, and I have a fun side of it as well. So I try to keep it fresh, and I try to keep it fun as much as I can. Don't get us wrong, there are days when it's lashing it down. I've had a difficult day, maybe it's at work, or a long day at work, or something haven't gone right, and it'd be 10 o'clock at night and I haven't been out, and I'm just not feeling it. And they're hard, but you just get out and you feel good when you do come back.
Is that the closest you've got to midnight then, around about 10 o'clock before you've gone out? Or?
No. I've got a nice little tactic. Sometimes I'll run either side at midnight, but it's a separate run. So I'll say set out 10 past 11 or something, or 11:15, do me 5K. So I'll go out the house and I'll go down to Shadforth down that way. do me 5K, get back at maybe 10 to 12 or something. So that's it, stopped. So that's, say if I did that tonight, it's the 15th of September. So there's day 5,017. And then I'll wait till it gets after midnight. So it'll be Wednesday, the 16th of September. And then I'll run to Little Town that direction, do a 5K. And I've bagged two runs, separate run each day. And that way I sometimes do this if I know I've got a really, really busy day or something the next, like on the 16th. And it does give you a little bit more recovery than normal. You go from like, say, 12:30 midnight, 12:30 to midday, and then you're back round again. So it can give you a good spell. So sometimes it does, but no. They're just a little tactic I'll use now and then.
Yeah.
And it works on the handwritten list and the Excel spreadsheet list and the Garmin. It shows you Tuesday run, Wednesday run, and just a little tip if anyone fancies doing a run streak.
Yeah, well, I can see it'll give you 36, 40 hours recovery at certain times. Yeah, I like that one. But I mean, when you're talking about like potentially, being an inspiration, do you want to just tell me what, the benefits in your eyes towards your mental health from doing this and from just running in general?
It's key. It's key, mental health. No doubt about it. Look for now, for instance, I'm working from home. I've logged out. I'll be putting this out on my flexi sheet, by the way. working from home, and when you're in on your own, you haven't got like the office environment. You haven't got the lads taking the mickey or the lasses taking the mickey, or you're having a cuppa in the canteen, or you haven't got that banter, that social interaction in your hair. And you actually do, surprise you, do a lot more work when you are working from home than you do in the office. And say if it's like a sunny day, I'll have breaks. So I'll go out for a cuppa and sit in the sun for 10 minutes, what have you. But sometimes it's just, I've got to get out. I've got to get out and do that run. And it just clears your head and you see what's going on. And it doesn't have to be, I don't go out and run fast every time. There's a time and place for running pacey runs and speeds and PBs and stuff like that. So yeah, that's proven that. I come back and then I'm back on the laptop. It's a vicious circle, I'm telling you. But yeah, people say me is like happy-go-lucky sort of daft as a brush lad. They see us dress up in daft costumes. I'll maybe come to that later on. But yeah, I've got family stuff. Everyone's got problems going on. I've got parents and parents-in-law, elderly, mother in a bad way with vascular dementia and Alzheimer's. It's heartbreaking. It's not my mum. It's not her. Yeah. Heartbreaking. And when you're out on a run, the heartbreak of my mum and my dad in the care home, whatever, it's not there. Yeah. You look where you're putting your feet. You're looking at there's a kestrel. Oh Christ, that car nearly someone's on the mobile phone. They nearly went in the path and run us over. You're seeing the view with fresh air, the endorphins. We all know about them. We know they do the power of good, and it's the best antidepressant on the market, and it's free as well. Don't get us wrong. If you need help and you need antidepressants, take them, because I'm still a believer in that as well. Because I believe some people might find it hard to believe, but yeah, I'm on a certain line. Just takes the edge off, just keeps us right. But sometimes them funny costumes and stuff, sometimes it can be a facade. Mm-hmm. It's like behind the painted smile.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, people say it's OCD with us, but it's not OCD. It's if I'm hung up by numbers, like say if it's someone's birthday and they're born on 9th of the 11th or something, and I'll do something for them, I'll run 9.11 mile or something like that. Just, it's all about the numbers for me, and that does help us think of ideas. For instance, the last week round Palace Green, I ran for 50 minutes, 0 seconds. So there's your 5,000, because it was 5,000 days. So I had a bit of a get together with a few people, all social distance, of course. Mm-hmm. So, and we ran around Palace Green. It was just a nice, relaxing get together, just to recognise I'd done 5,000. but it was 50 minutes, not a second over, not a second below. Same as the 3,000th day, I ran 30 miles, 30.00 to have that 3,000 around the centre circle of a football pitch. What was that all about?
Crazy.
And you know what? I enjoyed every step. And the people who come up to support us, I made sure they ran at least one centre circle with us as well.
Yeah.
So them involved, and they loved it. And it was a concert FC, and the week before there was snow. Thinking, oh God. And it must have been the only time it's ever been sunny in concert because the sun come out on that particular day. And it was an all-weather pitch, so I didn't knock up the grass. And they even put some like cheesy sort of running songs on over the PA as well. The concert was really good. And I changed direction every 30 centre circles, which about a mile, just so
didn't get dizzy.
Change of scenery, I suppose.
Yeah.
And you know what? I did it 5 hours, 5 minutes, and I was still not, because I didn't get under 5 hours. I just ran 30 miles around a centre circle. I was dressed as Bobby Moore, by the way. I had a blonde wig, England #6 shirt, Jules Rimet cut out of my hand. But again, I did fundraising for that as well. I did it for Bobby Moore bowel cancer and Sir Bobby Robson cancer fund as well. So that was all linked in with the numbers and with the theme. I actually was sick that day as well. And ironically, in the referee's changing room, that'll teach them. And I think that was motion sickness. I think it was because I'd just been going round and round and round for 5 hours, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, damn near 5 minutes. And it made us sick, plus fatigue as well. And my 4,000th day, I was in full cricket gear, the Emirates at Chelsea Street, and I ran 40 miles around the boundary in full cricket gear with box. The box stayed down. And
but that was painful.
And the first mile I did with pads and gloves and a bat. So that was, I think it was 3 boundaries or 4. I think it was 3 boundaries with the full batting gear on. And again, people come along. Durham County Cricket Club were great. I mean, it was out of season, so it wasn't too bad. The groundsman was great because normally ground staff are very, it's their area. Really good. And again, that was for I got that Alzheimer's Association as well, so I was fundraising that. So that was with keeping it fresh with the numbers. If I can raise smiles, ration and raise cash, it's job's a good one for me.
Obviously, I mean, yeah, that helps you feel better in yourself, doesn't it? You talked about, life isn't straightforward, and you've had your own personal difficulties, but by having that sort of social feel to it and that group spirit, and like you say, raising some money it's fantastic. Big well done. Yeah, I mean, it's really lovely to like on them sort of runs to try and invite people along and take part, just because they love it. I think they like to be a part of it. Like, I don't do things by halves, by the way. When I ran from York Minster to Durham Cathedral on March the 21st, which is St Cuthbert's Day, I was dressed as St Cuthbert for St Cuthbert's Hospice. So you can see, I think these things up at 4 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm lying awake. I tell you what, St Cuthbert's Day, I run for St Cuthbert. I'm dressed as St Cuthbert. I'll run from York Minster to Durham Cathedral. That's a good idea. There I get a monk cut. There I get my hair cut like a monk. A tonsure called. And at the time I had a bit longer hair. So I went to, I don't know if you know, he's a barber at Langley Moor, Peter. I went to Peter and I had this monk's wig. I said, Peter, I want my hair cut like that. He said, all right. So he put it on like as a template. And then he took it off. And he gave us like a pudding basin, and he took the shears and he put a bald patch right in there. Well, I went mad. She went mad. So what the hell are you doing? I said, well, I'm St Cuthbert, aren't I? And then I went round to St Cuthbert's Hospice to show them in my robes as part of like the fundraising with my hair like that. And I went, like sort of a little bit excited, and there was this old boy told us off for like, you can't park there. And I said, but I'm St Cuthbert. He says, I don't give a bloody monkeys who you are. You can't park there. I love life. I really do. That's brilliant.
So yeah, I ran from York Minster like that. And again, that was it. I had backup. My sister and brother-in-law in the car behind us with hazard warning lights on, and that I think council give us some lights to put on the top. So that stretch, it was pitch. I set off just after midnight on the 21st of March. Pitch black dark, pitch black, and they were behind us. Put some high vis on. No, put some lights on. No, why not? You'd have to. St. Cuthbert didn't have high vis. St. Cuthbert didn't have high vis. I try to keep it like clear as I can. So they'd seen this car overtake them. Obviously thought he'd overtook the car. Must have missed us by about that much. I nearly ended up a martyr that night. And they said he was very, very good. Because he obviously thought he overtook their car.
Yeah.
He went, Christ, there's a monk! And he just stayed out of the way, and he said it was very close.
Wow.
I got on my side that night.
Yeah, a bit of a shock for you at the time.
Yeah, but I like to keep it authentic. I mean, St. Cuthbert he didn't have ideas.
That's brilliant.
A head torch.
So some people would have those type of ideas, but they wouldn't act on it. But, you know, fair play to you, you act on it and do it. It might be crazy, but hey-ho.
Yeah, like I say, some people came along, caught us on the way, and there was a nice gathering up. It was just, which I think is always nice when you do finish at the cathedral. What a backdrop, World Heritage site, and it's floodlit, just like it was last week, and it's just becoming dusk. And there was a nice gathering out there, and it was good. Yeah, I've done some crazy things, but that keeps me going as well. You see, it's like training for a marathon, only it's not a marathon, if you know what I mean. It's a bit longer, and it's got like the theme, like I try to do 100 mile on the track in one day. I fell short, you know. It's still stuck up there. I fell short on it. I just ran out of gas, but I went back the time at 10 to 1 in the morning the following week to do the remainder 9 mile, just a bit of closure. But it still rattles on my head that didn't get on mine that day.
But I've done the 100 business by the sounds of it.
No, but don't tell the wife. And the 100 war memorials for them. That was good. Starting at Hartlepool and through the collieries and picking off war memorials and putting a remembrance cross there all the time. That was at each one for British Legion and Help for Heroes. And the football clubs one as well, which was that was on the longer. Yeah, the shortest day was December the 21st. I set off from Newcastle, St James Park. It was Black Eye Friday as well, so I'm running through the big market in a Newcastle shirt, because every club I changed the shirt to what corresponding. So I think I had a flag, and the scenes that was going on down the big market, and I picked my way through there. There's a Stadium of Light. It was blowing a gale there. Put the Sunderland shirt on, Bob Stokoe statue. Then to the mighty Hartlepool, Victoria Park,
team.
And then down to Middlesbrough, and then back in time for kick-off. Hartlepool were playing Burton Albion, and the manager at the time, because I was running for Finlay Cooper Fund, was Colin Cooper. He had a charity going for his son who tragically died in a choking accident.
Right.
Colin had a word with the Football League. We were a league team then, Hartlepool. And he put us on the bench for the match. So I come out, I was introduced, I did a lap of honour, and then put a tracksuit and I was on the bench for the game.
That was a nice gesture.
It was a lovely gesture. And when we scored, everyone jumped off the bench and I couldn't get up. I'm thinking, I've done 62 mile or whatever it was. And I can't, and to be honest, I really should have just gone home and had a soak in the bath. But that was for Finlay Cooper Fund and the Bobby Robson Foundation as well. So again, I think these things to keep me going, but it's helping fundraise, and it's helping to inspire and motivate other runners.
No, that's amazing. That to say the least. And do you have? Well, what are your future plans?
I wouldn't mind running the length of the River Tyne for some reason.
Is that where will that start then? Will that be sort of Bellingham area or?
Yeah, sort of we're peeled away.
Yeah.
A pal of mine, and he's it was funny enough, it was actually I just passed my coaching certificate up at Gateshead Stadium recently, last year, I think it was. Yeah, I think I was going for a trot afterwards because being stuck in the classroom or the theory side of the coaching, I didn't got me running. So I was going for a run along the riverbanks, and I bumped into Paul Donaghy and his dad. And so we just walking the route at the time. He'd written a book for Doctors of Brush charity. I think you've heard of it.
Yeah.
And he gave us a book. And he says, I've written a book of the walk from where the River Tyne starts to where it finishes down at Newcastle, beyond Tynemouth. I thought, oh, I like the idea of that. I said, you know what? I'm going to run that. And they laughed. I said, no, I am. I'm going to run that. I said, it's up there now. And I said, we'll keep in touch. And I got the book. And I keep dipping into that book now and then. Just it's well written as well. Just each section and tells you how to go. The only thing, sometimes the most difficult part of these things is the logistics of it and having a bit of backup and not getting lost. I can run and run, but I'm scared of getting lost. I'm quite capable of getting lost. So if you fancy doing it, keeping us right.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I can't say he's doing the whole run, but certainly I'll pop in for 7 or 8 miles or so.
But yeah, that's what I fancy. But I haven't really done anything for a while. I'm wanting to like do 100 marathons before I'm 100 as well, and I've got a long way to go because I'm only 24. And I was doing quite well, but I'm like an England batsman now. I'm stuck on too short of his half century because COVID's just stopped all these marathons. So there I am. I'm on 48, and I've just lost me marathon mojo because North East Marathon Club are really good, and they put on like low key, low cost events, and they're well marshalled all by volunteers, and they have them up Druridge Bay or round Asherton. And Saturn Running, they're good as well. They do some good marathons or ultras. And I was just ticking over, not wanting to sound like big-headed or blasé, but I was doing marathons as if I was doing like 10Ks because like it's like a training run for the next one. But because they've been postponed, I've lost that little bit of marathon edge about it. Hopefully I'll get it back. But the longest I've ran recently was just Saturday. Helped a mate of mine down in Shadworth. He was doing like a virtual Great North Run for Acorns Hospice. Nice chap, got George Nicholson. Yeah, I know you might know him. He's run every North Run. He's done 40 North Runs. So I thought I'll come down and give you a bit of support. And it was Shadworth Village Green, right at my street. This 52 laps of the Village Green for a half marathon. So I just ran round, waved at the mother-in-law every time I went past her house, and it was good. But yeah, I think I need to increase my mileage a bit if the marathons come back.
It's giving your body time to sort of recuperate a little bit by not maybe doing the really long ones.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. Well, look, to wrap up shortly. So
yeah, no bother.
What would you say are like 3 takeaways that you can give, or certainly 3 pieces of advice for people who want to get into running, who are on the fence, wondering whether to, and how running can go on to help people?
Well, I think we touched on before. It's not just a physical thing. It is very much a physical thing, but it's not just a physical thing. It's a lot of it up there, and it does clear your head. And try not to put too much pressure on yourself as well. Try and keep it fun. Try and enjoy it. The 3 E's: embrace it, endure it, but enjoy it. Definitely 3 E's. And part run, again, best thing that's ever happened to running. And I include the North Run and London Marathon in that. It's got people of all ages, shapes and sizes and abilities. And I know people are suffering because that's not on at the moment. I've spoken to people. Oh, I miss it. You can tell. Oh, I miss parkrun terrible. And yeah, you can just tell that they haven't got that spark when the last time I saw them, because they're not getting the weekly fix. And again, it's more than running parkrun. It's a social thing, and you go and have a spot of breakfast afterwards, maybe, or a drink. Yeah, I can't speak high enough of parkrun, which is good for anyone who's going to start running. Man, I wouldn't go out and tell anyone start a run streak. And I coach kids. There's no way I would tell kids to do a run streak. you do need, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but you do actually need, I can't even say the word. It's REST. You do need it. All the top athletes will tell you that. I know that. Yeah, my days are like just a gentle 5K, but I'm still putting weight on through the joints. I'm still not having that R word. So there's no way I would tell kids to start a run streak ever. It's not right. But
Yeah.
I do appreciate people who are doing run streaks. I mean, the Americans are really big on it, but some of them are just running a mile a day. Which again, don't get us wrong, that's good. They're running a mile more than some. But I've seen some posts. I ran to the liquor store and back. It's a run streak saver. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Is it? Yeah.
Not worth putting your sneakers on. But again, if that's what they're doing, they're still getting out, But don't get us wrong again, there's some who are doing some hellish miles and they've got some fantastic miles and years behind. Like the boy, 52 year.
Yeah, no, that is amazing. The 52 years. It's amazing. 14 years, never mind. So
yeah, well, after we've logged off, I'll work out how old I'll be to get up to 52 years. Because I'm on a life streak as well.
right.
I've my life counted in days as well, and I'm also on a drink streak as well. I've had an alcoholic drink for nearly 1,500 days. That's most enjoyable. I wouldn't tell kids to do that either, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of it.
Don't listen to this interview.
A lot of it is mindset, and that I've always said as well, the hardest steps are the first steps. It definitely is with me, because bedroom to bathroom on a morning, oh, it hurts. It hurts. They've been hammered, haven't they? They've been hammered. But my mate, he's back at Hartlepool as physio, Ian Buster Gallagher. I've been told by a national health physio, you need to stop running. So I got friendly with Buster, who's Hartlepool physio. Music to me is, do not stop running, he says. If and when you stop, that's when you'll have problems. Right, correct answer. And he got me onto Pilates, and he got me onto ice baths as well. And sometimes it's not what he does, it's what he says. He's really good. He's really man's man as well. He doesn't pull any punches, how he explains and stuff. So yeah, thanks to Buster for some nice little nuggets that he comes out with.
It's true. It's not just all about sort of resting up by sleeping. Like you say, you've got to try and recover in other ways.
Yeah.
Funny enough, I've got a podcast, maybe episodes 15, I think it was, which was around rest and recovery from an S&C coach. If anybody wants to listen to it, a bit of a plug there. So yeah, I've really enjoyed chatting to you. some fantastic stories there you've mentioned. Whereabouts can people find you?
Running on the roads.
Apart from running on the roads, as far as
guys, people, you'll see us out there. I've got a Facebook page called Lord of the Streak, and I'm on Twitter as Lord Smythe. I'm not a lunatic, you do know that.
Hey, they might call you nuts, but you're very, very motivational and inspirational. So yeah.
And sometimes I play it down, like I say, but it is hard days, and I am proud of it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, sometimes I'll get alone and I think, Christ, am I really ran nearly 40? Maybe I should take up knitting.
Yeah, well, part-time hobby, you don't want to stop now.
No, absolutely not.
Appreciate your time, Paul. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Always good to see you and chat, and anytime you want to come for a trot, you know where I am.
Yeah, I might just take you up on that one, yeah. If you're someone who puts themselves under too much pressure when you perform competitively, or you find that you train really, really well, but you just can't get the results when you compete, when you race, when you play a tournament, then I think you'll be really interested in a 3-day challenge that I'm going to be running in early November to help you as an athlete, as a golfer, as a footballer, as a runner, get the most from your talent, to compete with confidence and be fearless. So keep your eyes open on my social media accounts for notifications, and there'll be sign-up forms to the 3-day challenge being released in the near future. Or feel free to get in touch by emailing me at info@sport-excellence.co.uk and register an interest. Have a great week, and next week will be a little bit different again, similar to episode 10. It'll be a compilation of the best bits from the previous 10 episodes, so there'll be some fantastic takeaways for you. I'd like to give a big thanks to today's sponsors, Functional Intelligent Training, who are a sports injury clinic located in Gosforth near Newcastle upon Tyne and specialise in athlete development, nurturing future champions, strength and conditioning support and excellent rehabilitation services. Thank you for listening to Demystifying Mental Toughness today. To sign up for tips and advice to help you be the best that you can be, go to www.sport-excellence.co.uk and sign up to the Mental Edge newsletter.